After a good night's sleep, one of the very few on this rally, the runners and riders tackle the 6-kilometre Prologue stage carved out of a field outside Barcelona. No less than 75,000 spectators turn out in the Boxing Day sunshine. Stefan Peter Hansel gets the bit between his teeth right away and sets fastest time on his Yamaha of all the bikes. Taking a more sedate pace is Franco Pico. He was second-placed bike last year and knows just how far there is to go to Dakar. Cyril Neveu also knows how far it is. He's the most successful rider on this event, and the ex-Honda man is soon getting to grips with the Chesterfield Yamaha. Marc Morales straightens out the bends on the Rothmans Honda NXR 750. Teammate Thierry Magnaldi seems to start off purposefully, but then appears to fall off in slow motion to the immense delight of the crowd. Magnaldi gets away unscathed on this occasion, but it's not the only time he'll fall off on this event. The times recorded on this stage dictate the starting order when the raid reaches North Africa, so no one's hanging about. Everyone is expecting great things from Gilles Lallet, and he doesn't disappoint the crowd. Although he's riding spectacularly, it's Peter Hansel that leads the bikes out of Europe. The 21-minute penalty as a result of the traffic congestion in Barcelona hasn't pleased Ari Vatanen too much. Although the time penalty shouldn't matter a lot, it's psychologically upsetting and there doesn't seem to be the smooth Vatanen style. Indeed, the Vatanen of old is at work again. Despite his immense number of rally wins and a World Championship in 1981, he has a certain reputation for bending machinery, and he obviously hasn't lost the touch. He blamed the tyres for this little incident, but whatever the reason, he doesn't lose too much time. But he loses his money belt, his papers, and his Lucky Lion mascot. He also loses a door, and the Peugeot finishes the stage somewhat lighter than when it started. Vatanen and Berglund are unhurt by this little incident, and their lost belongings are subsequently returned by an honest spectator. Crashing within the first kilometre of the first stage when there are 9,000 kilometres still to go, Ari's performance does look a little exuberant, one has to say. Setting fastest time here at the Prologue is the former French rallycross champion and ace rally driver Guy Frecklin. He's driven Peugeots for many years and helped them in their World Championship assaults and is driving the 205 T16. Jacky Ickx drives the second 405 a little more sedately than teammate Vatanen. He and Christian Farran losing just 3.5 seconds to Frecklin. For Peugeot, things are starting to go more or less to plan, as the 205 of Philippe Vanberg and Alain Guenec are third, just 2 seconds behind Ickx. Vanberg's car is entered as a fast service vehicle to support the other three. Giving away 40 brake horsepower to the flying Peugeots are the rugged Pajeros. The most spectacular and fastest around the Prologue course is Pierre Latigue. He covers the 6.3 kilometres in 6 minutes 59 seconds, just 5 seconds behind the leading Peugeots. Probably the best long-distance rally driver ever known, Andrew Cowan is in his element. The 50-year-old Scottish farmer knows how important a good Prologue time is and temporarily joins the two-wheel class. He's sixth here, just 2 seconds behind Tambay, but ahead of Ari Vatanen. Yes, despite his earlier activities on this stage, Vatanen is seventh, just 17 seconds slower than the fastest man. Just outside the top 10, but attacking the rally with his usual planned approach, is the Asia-Pacific champion Kenjiro Shinozuka. Mercedes won this event in 1983. Their team of 2 cars this year is Klaus Seppi of Italy and the amazing Clay Regazzoni, seen here. With more ground clearance than the average Metro, this car looks rather top-heavy, but the stage is no problem for Barry Lee and Ted Tolman. The two Britons are in 27th place after this Prologue. The Tolman team have a support vehicle, of course. A Range Rover entered in the event for Gary Tolman, son of Ted. Dutchman Jan van Tool drives here. but perhaps the high-speed support is a little too high speed, for he rolls the Range Rover before the end of the stage. So it's goodbye Europe as two liners, Liberty and St Clair, exclusively chartered for the rally by the Thierry Sabine organisation, take on board their expensive cargo for the 30-hour trip across the Mediterranean to North Africa.